Hello, hello, hello! Whoa, 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 whoa!
Hi.
Thank you for coming to these most comfortable outskirts of the Whitaker neighborhood in Eugene, Oregon.
Oh, nice.
It's a brand new week, so I have some brand new things to say. Egg drop soup. That's something I have never said on this stage before. In fact, it's the first time I have ever mentioned that dish in Cush Cafe in Eugene, Oregon.
Oh.
One day, you'll be talking to your grandkids and you can tell them you were here the day James Otter said egg drop soup on stage. Why, even you could say something new that has never before been heard. This stage, this lovely, sexy stage, it's just waiting for you. Where are we?
Cush Cafe.
Cush Cafe in the heart of Eugene, Oregon. I understand some of you have a problem with gluten. That's okay, because I am tolerant of the gluten intolerant. I hope y'all brought your stomping boots, because this is battlefield poetry. Doesn't mean it's battlefield dickery. Life is a battlefield. I like to think of life as this batting cage in space. And sometimes they're giant spike balls, and other times golf balls. And they're coming at you from all directions. So what do? That's why we are here. Because, god damn it, there's a great need for self-expression.
Yeah.
Why, if we couldn't express ourselves, we probably wouldn't be able to use the bathroom, or fart, or mate, or anything. This town needs us, and I need us. I love you all. All you creative types who aren't scared to swim upstream or go with the grain against it. Who cares? It's your stage for 7 minutes. This place is for you. For those of you who are new to page 2 poetry, first and foremost, once again, I love you. Thank you for coming. Here be rules. All works must be original. You get 7 minutes. You do not have to use all of them. No pressure. By getting onto this stage, you consent to be live streamed onto Cush's YouTube feed. Please turn all cell phones on silent or off. Limit conversation while performers performing, blah, blah, blah. You know that. You know the drill. Don't bring no drama unless it's on the stage.
This is not a slam.
This is not a slam or a hateful, hurtful, discriminating community. If you have words to speak on this stage, speak them. This ain't some willy-nilly competitive bullshit. This is 7 minutes in heaven. Be kind to each other. Please be kind to each other. Oh boy. Yay, being kind to each other. Yay. Oh man, I'm glad to hear you guys are so excited about that. Woo! This stage, she is a loving, accepting creature who only wants the best for you. Sound like a plan? Can I get a fuck yeah?
Fuck yeah!
Here is a brand new controversial poetry meal for your hungry ears. Can I get a fuck yeah?
Fuck yeah!
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah!
There we go.
Fuck yeah.
All right. 2015 was a fine year for expedition, particularly of the superficial sense. I have learned recently that bros and bees both live in a hive of sorts. I would say it was like gremlins, but you already know that. Don't feed your bro before or after midnight. When insulted, the species Homo ignoramus often mimics Homo glorious. Of course, I learned all this firsthand. Typically, the bro patrols the streets for fermented wheat or poontang. A bro hive can be smelled from a mile away. They use a musk of the genus body spray. I found myself in the middle of a bro reserve. The alphas couldn't see me. Of course, none of them are actually alpha. It's just a phrase like bro or hater.
Yeah.
I was intelligent, of course, to avoid direct eye contact. The stunning disguise. Cocaine can be traded for money in a bro hive. As well, any beer that is not direct name brand is frowned upon in the name of quote-unquote German beers. Bros can be identified by the brand of shorts they wear. As well, most bros never wear long-sleeve shirts. The bros in large groups often referred to as fraternities or jock hatcheries. No heckling! Me, I don't care. Fucking up my flow, yo, bro. Bros are known for indulging in certain virtual reality simulations, such as Call of Duty or YouTube. Very strange. It appears they have caught on to me in my snooping. Bro, don't step. Watch yourself, bro. Uh-oh. They appear to be forcing one of the other lesser bros to drink until dead. Oh no. Bros naturally take up more oxygen and space than other Homo sapiens or sexuals. Bunch of homos, those bros. We're all homos, really. Homo sapiens. I didn't tell those bros this. They all know. Oh man. This is gonna offend the hell out of you guys. And I don't care. Because that's the beauty of this stage. The beauty is.
Isn't it?
Isn't it?
Why not?
Why not?
Will you attract homos, please?
Oh my god. You're killing me. We're all Homo sapiens. What's wrong with that?
Okay.
You go, bro.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, let's
Go, bro.
You're my brother.
All right. But we are all homos, really. Homo sapiens. I didn't tell these bros this. They all know. They will never admit it. Science agrees. There's even a picture in most dictionaries. I mean, how often do you see a bro with a lady? Never! Because it's always bros before ladies. A bro needs another bro. Why, there's a bro for that. Nothing wrong with that. I have a theory that the bros are, in fact, the result of nuclear testing. Because they happen to have a phrase called no homo sapien, which more than likely is not merely an ignorant phrase against genus homosexual, but it is in fact a war chant against all of humanity. Perhaps the bro genus Homo ignoramus may have other worldly origins. Perhaps long ago the Greeks and the Romans worshipped ancient aliens who inspired the ideas of fraternities. Some Illuminati involvement may have also been explained. In that, the secret heads of everything needed a powerful force of beer-guzzling douchebags to distract the nation from actual thought and reasoning. I have another theory that Homo ignoramus may in fact be a different species completely, one I have dubbed Bromo ignoramus. Science ain't hating, so step off, bro, and leave the keys in the bowl at the front of the room. I need those for science. Well, out on the town, I witnessed a rival platoon of shirtless, inebriated bros. I would have called National Geographic. They would have stolen my research and left me in the dust. That would not have made me pumped, as those bros tend to say. Why, back in the day, the bros were called something else entirely. Bros are known for their poor choice in fabrics during the winter months, often freezing to death in the streets. Unfortunately, that didn't stop the invasion. As sports bars and dubstep became more popular, bros continue habitating and polluting the lakes and streets and universities of the known universe. Bros are considered a phase in the life of many. I know better. Once a bro, always a bro. That's okay, though. I carry a can of Axe body spray on the rare nights I need to blend in for more research. I'd like to point out two things. Number one, I don't encourage, what's that word, heckling. Yeah, I'm new. I've been doing this for like a year or so, so I'm used to it. But like, if someone's new here, don't heckle them, please. Give them a chance.
No, I just found it.
No, I know,
buts,
I
No
know.
buts, no heckling.
But no heckling, that's
No
the thing.
buts.
I'm just saying. I want everyone to
But
feel
someone said
comfortable.
something.
Anyway, I have said enough. Mo, come on up here. Let's give it up for Mo. Yeah, Mo. Thank you. We will talk about it later or not at all.
This is a really rough draft one, so it's like a great crowd to do it. Life in the key of train. Life sings itself to sleep oftentimes, though, to be honest, of course, it would be an exaggeration to claim every time in the key of train. The whistle's monotonous warning thumps the walls. Does it assume I need the constant reminder? Is this what hobos hear? Is their yearning and ache only cured by movement? Or maybe their certainty of that which is missing urges them on over and over. The train's song is most clear at night. Alone in my bed, pillows plumped, defenses down. Perhaps loneliness is that tender spot which no time or distance soothes. Is this the fear of missing out, or the final exhalation of the held breath when the fraudulent aha moment is revealed? Leaning over a precipice is exhausting, and even more so when one is terrified of heights. Are longing and bravado each one half of the same whole, reflecting the continuum of dread? Have vagabonds and gypsies merely figured this out? Does renouncing the need to care set them free? If there is nothing new under the sun, and I think this is so, is the journey just circular motion? I can't tell anymore if I'm more afraid of what is inside or what surrounds. The unknown is as heavy as cheap fast food hunkering down in my stomach and unwilling to budge. The loss of knowing is my new boogeyman best friend. When the great pain came, I lost self-consciousness. Poof, gone. The one good souvenir of the war, I must admit. I was so confident no other pain would ever come close. I was intoxicated with freedom. Maybe this is the very definition of power. But it's returned, oh, and as they say, with such a vengeance, oily and slippery, oozing back undetected until too late, and it is now securely wrapped around my spine. It is just like the old days, the before days, the days I swore were gone for good days. Isn't this why we say goodbye? Of course it is, or good riddance too. I hate that I have given it space to let me distrust me again, to allow for the fading away. This struggle is frightening, to tear away from certainty with oneness as brittle as a broken fingernail, stained purple and pulpy and hot to the touch does. Wounds like that one should never be allowed to go on this long, unattended. It is quite possible it will take too much time, more than is safe, way more than is prudent for sure, to get back to normal. That is the price one pays for setting life aside, vowing to look at it more closely when conditions improve. Time has a way of hiding, then stealing itself and being all fake and surprised when it finally runs out. Hope is a game of peekaboo with life, and living backwards, perhaps redemption. Do not get caught unaware, my friend. Do not be mistaken for one brief, vulnerable moment. Life is simply much, much closer than it appears to be in the rear view.
Whoa.
Oh, wow. Great metaphors and analogies there. There's a lot of work to look off a precipice. Especially if you're afraid of heights. You guys. That's fantastic. Thank you, Mo.
Yeah, Mo.
Thank you, Mo. Okay, it's time for the Reverend Andrew to come and say his piece.
Godzilla.
Look at all those happy, godly faces out there. I am this guy which I became by yesterday and the day before that and the day before that one as well. All the way back to the suckling child, to the struggling child, becoming forward, onward, adolescent, manhood, and I, the one consistent witness of this change, measure the range of my testimony with a stick, which through estimate determines the value of my life, not in dollars, but in breath and breadth of breath, as I become the truth inside my chest. I jest that in the end we shall all be free, and yet I know I may only speak for me, and the liberty I possess is this mentality. I plunge the depths of my being with an open mind, and what do I find but a kind disposition toward myself? Like the lover which understands the purity of enlightenment is abandonment of blame. Even toward myself I must be merciful, you know, for as we go, we know not whence we go. But long ago, whoever we were, it has brought us here. And if we can see any beauty worthwhile in now, then all the past has redeemed itself by a desire to live. I invest in myself by taking my time, because time is God. And in a certain frame of mind, money is not a necessity. To no man would I sell my life, but to this woman I would give my soul. My soul is an ample place to give from, filled with love. And by this toppling force I lay flat giants within, and pinpoint by the vision made way for, that the heart is a guide divine and not nearly the deceiver which some Christians once taught us it was, marred in the yuck of God blaming man, which is just as nonsensical as man blaming God. For we both are carried on in a stream larger than ourselves, constrained to be what we are, like a straitjacket for the mad. Yet all being mad, we can learn to be glad at the bright, bright, dark, dark, bright, dark, dark, bright road ahead of us. Where in the world is that light coming from? It stays there even when I close my eyes. It says, who cares? I love you, I love you, I love you.
Thank you, Andrew.
Is it time for a second?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think
Say
you guys
it.
want that.
Oh,
Yeah,
do it.
All right.
Do it, why not?
So this is Human Home to the Human. Home is a resting place beneath the stars. And every home has been fought for because the world is a violent place. The human race arrives on earth with a space of time called life,
and defends their life with rights to subvert the plight of nature's fights, with concepts which shed light upon the great intrusion. You and me born in the middle of someone else's fantasy, carving the brand of our name upon another's memories. Intrusion, blessed intrusion. The unpredictability of moments to knock our socks off is infinite, like a third eye which sees how darkness enlightens the American dream. The bloodshed we pour shots over and toast to years gone by together as we consult the crypts of history. You and me, and beg the reason for why, and beg the reason for why again, and plead with God that I shall never feel at home again until the conundrum of a home makes sense, of the tortured cries of mothers for their children, as the barren land cries out beneath the sidewalks we have paved, a layer between us and God's heartbeat, and continually dare to speak of the family, the tribe, the nation which to survive massacred creation. But we hope in our doubts that the cruelty of evolution redeems itself, so the conclusion of humanity will apologize to those forgotten who died and paved the way for us. On either side, for all life benefits from all death, and we may cry at death and laugh at life, but the home is carried on in the crib of the Milky Way, and a million generations will still open their eyes to the sun, under diverse banners and behind many lines like me, as I stand in a freedom not totally defined and therefore more free. My ambiguity, my inability to tell you what you should do with yourself except to inform you, Homo sapien, I am your family. And in all the parties that we throw, remember that on these grounds we suckle at the breasts of suffering. And yet we will shout our shouts higher. We will not know why. We will not know why. It is a compulsion at this point to be at home in my own heart, my offering to myself in this space of time called life. I call mine to, without reason, enjoy my freedom. Thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you, Andrew.
Yeah, thank you.
Good work, man. All right. Come on up here, Joshua.
Ready.
Woo! Joshua, yes. Oh man, yes, very enthusiastic. Woo! There we go. That's more like it.
Man, I'll tell you, following the Rev, you're a hard act to follow, man. I love it.
You know?
Mine are a little shorter, but I'm veering away from the comedy. I'm not doing the easiest limericks anymore, sadly enough, eh? Although I do find that everything I've written has some whimsy to it. So this is a lot about kind of getting up in the ages here, called Filling Up with Time. I feel that I am filling up with time, not full of days like some old ancient sage, but full enough to notice that the great glob of time within me is beginning to ferment into a bitter hooch that dulls me with stupid hoochie thoughts. I don't understand you. Everything moves too fast. That's not music. What's with all the tattoos? Even though I swore back in 1967 that I would never think those thoughts. We are but paltry flesh balloons filled with the juice of days, fermenting away until we swell and burst, psychedelic splatters on a cosmic sidewalk. And there's a little bit of bitter hooch here for you. It's called When I Wish Upon a Star. When I wish upon a star, it doesn't get me very far. Instead of feeding sand to fishes, perhaps I'll wish for different wishes. Instead of warmth, respect, and love, I think I'll wish for push and shove. I'll wish for cruelty and warfare instead of dreamy hippie starfare. Ask that star for idiot drivers, for tailgaters and soulless strivers, for movies fraught with huge explosions, for dying frogs and soil erosions, for inequality and greed, and piss on all of those in need. Then I'll get my wishes granted, instead of all that love I've ranted. I'll drown my angels at the bar and wish upon that goddamn star. Where's the rev? Where are you, Ben? You asked the question why?
Here we go.
This is called What of It? Why the hell do we ask why? And what of it? Aren't questions just a way of gaming the old man? A type of hubris. And why so damn many questions? Is that all there is? Little brain monkeys screaming in monkey delight at all the wonderful words? Exactly what is it that makes us ask why? And how are why and what conjoined, since being words, they are just random vibrations to which we attach meaning? Do the questions stop? Do the monkeys sleep? And what about who?
Do I really have to wait another week?
Yeah.
Oh man, I love monkeys. We are good stuff, Josh. Man, this has all been awesome. You know, there might not be many of us, but God, we kick ass. Yes. Speaking of which, it's Steven's poetry cherry. Come on up here, Steven.
All right.
Oh, all right, yeah. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Step right up, step right up.
We break in metaphysical teeth on beats to see us trip and rip and lessen one of impressions by controlling the highs and dips. Knock big flists and fips with people down to rip and good tricks to test on lips and guzzle gulps, no sips. Thirsty for the flips while I'm willing some wheelings of skate madness, Cro-Magnon, Crunkstifer, Colossus rippin'. Rough ignition, sticky engine, gonna drop in, tough decision. Jumpin', livin', burnin', pinners, wreckin' limbs afterward, limpin' and wincin'. And searching and lurking for the gold doubloons. Catch me at the corner, taking all the dead guy suits. Smoke until I'm one myself with nicotine, no masks for hats or disguises. In fact, it's an open-faced, stunned gaze penetration attack. Fuck the fancy speak, though, I'm a human to the meat. Greet me enough to chill, we'll cook some burgers in the heat. Pound two before we hit the pool and leaning on that grind. Roll a reefer for the spirit and the positive vibes. Arabian capers like Aladdin lost in Vegas, dodging tasers, flying carpet DUI, but Robin Williams' ghost saved us. MacGyvered my way from Gilligan's Island, built a radio from a coconut, but no boat to survive it.
That's how it's done. You're all doing it. Thank you, Steven. Thank you. I like the Robin Williams name drop in there. The coconuts. All right, Jacob, come on up here.
Jacob.
I'm going to join you with Jacob. Yes.
Howdy.
Hi, Jacob.
How you guys doing? Plastic like a wheel, on and for it, you in itself, in it, off half in on my gray. It was not what it is, what in it. 9 months of 9 rotten for numbers, knotted, not tedded, deadened, deaded, dendon, not dead knots, noptic, not what we wanted, isn't it? Not knotted, like you not seen love, not exemplified, no schema, but knotted. Noided is the proximal state of awareness that breeds fear because it's fun. Full of fins circling round Dantians, another nonde at the empty head and noodle bowler. Boxed bread had walls to be shoveled into. Mother has me fist her, another batch made brodo. Flying dotus, your bread on noited cycle, on and off tattoos everywhere. If gotten, made brandished like hard asphalt rocks. Motorviation and creatures mediator created extinctive habits blossomed on blossoroctic. We can feel it. More extinctive mother, selective sit on the weak pig. Piglet still ate shit. Mama killed lil pig straight from the farm to the scalplet of me kid. Broken away from seeing it when we cut the gut and cheese erupted. On cheese fermented in the gut of the sit pig made right on my eyes to suck a tit, then get sat on and your brain dies, but you continue as a cheese factory for delicate top of the line cheeses from the terrified eyes of natural death watching kid that found it and seems that I don't have the right way and it will take the bus driver. Just got to go home. Now I'm just like to have to do that in my room for a long way in hell of an old lady at my job. To be able at the same time as you, I am glad you enjoyed your birthday party at a time when you are not in my room. What do we do when we want something? We go out and get it. That's what. We don't matter who it is in our way, how shattered you get. You get up and brush bigger ass. Crushed, broken, but we want it how it's supposed to come to us. We working what we want to be, what we aren't just go away for. That's because that's all the viral fungus, viral infect made to satiate what has mastered its way into my tendencies to fuck, not mine, not my tendons, not my tendencies. Apple, I want Apple to come by every day as I'm sitting on my lawn and duck hug me down to the fire hydrant, so vibrant, all days reworked into loving, all of them, none of the things. Days are separate and they don't begin and end, and there's something awake earlier, always in their days appear to them they have started a bit earlier than yours. A bit earlier than yours, but never started at a spot because that would fracture the moment when it is wholly there, broken, never faceted on mediocrity at its finest. Bred in acid humility until you slip in front of everyone and defragment our way to a sustainable oscillation. Masked into depletion, Frankler IRAM, Blistex brand lip stickers that adhere relaxation to your lips, tongue, and all the cells that think that they might one day be a lip tongue or ejaculate, breezing its way to a temporary dam, darn.
Never mind.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Lord Jesus. Oh man, I love it. I wish I could see it in cartoon form. That'd be awesome. Oh, thank you, Jacob. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now let's welcome to the stage Michael.
Michael!
Take it away, boss.
Good host.
My last lover. My last lover left me for another. And within 2 days, she had the other. As I was taken by surprise, I wondered back why I had not seen a look in her eyes. So I asked her to leave him and stay with me. But alas, that was not to come to pass. She had made up her mind in 2 days' time. Once again, the fickle heart came to the door and left me with no more. Her wanderlust breaking down all the trust, and I left to rust. For this surely will corrode part of my shell as I visit a little part of hell. But it was not my choice to stray, so for that she will have to pay. In her fickle heart, love will part, and the other will fall to another. So free I be to see her deception as I let go of the connection, staying true to the man that I want to be, the man that will stay and never stray. So I'm just looking for some poetic justice, man. It's not all about the things have to come down the way I see them. It's not nothing is going to be right till it turns out my way. It's not wrong because I don't like it. Because I'm just looking for some poetic justice, man. You don't have to listen to me. You don't have to sign on to how it is I see. You don't have to buy what I'm selling. I'm just looking for some poetic justice, man. I'm just looking for some poetic justice, man. When I am swimming in the shit, when I am coming up against the forces, when I'm in my heart that bleeds, I am just looking for poetic justice, man. All that crazy spun out crap, all that mixed up, nobody knows nothing, all that maybe, whatever, probably vague, esoteric meanderings, ramblings, man. I'm just looking for some poetic justice, man. Here we go again and again. Here we go. What it is. What it is. Here we go now. It's now, here, now. I'm just looking for some poetic justice, man. So this enigma is scaring the shit out of me. So the mystery is climbing up my ass. So this illusion is frightening. I am just looking for some poetic justice, man. How not to worry there's a scorpion in my boot. How not to worry my dinner isn't poisoned. How not to worry somebody isn't going to shoot me in the head just for the fun of it. I'm looking for poetic justice, man. I found poetic justice, man. It's when nature goes just shaking us off our skin like fleas. It's when time takes the toll. It's when there's nothing to say because it's already been said. I found poetic justice, man. When the wolf is howling at the moon. When the kids look you in the eyes and tell you you're full of shit. When love trumps hate. I found poetic justice, man. How the rain washes away all the sins. How the fire burns to purification. How the earth swallows what lays on it. I found poetic justice, man. How the baby's cry brings the mother. How the tears bring compassion. How the laughter dispels the insanity. I found poetic justice, man. You can see it. Taste it, smell it. When the poet is in front of you, you can hear it, feel it, sense it. When the poet is in front of you, you know it. Be it. Receive it. When the poet is in front of you. I found poetic justice, man. I am poetic justice, man.
Woo!
Oh man, poetic justice, man. Man, that was really powerful and intense. Holy shit. I was shaking in my bones. Good job, Michael. Seriously, you guys are awesome. Everyone, this is just like, man, I love it. This stage is loving this. This crowd is loving this. Anyway, so we are down to our last three. So I might as well, since it's an odd number, how about we all stand up? We all stretch your arms out. You know, stretch out, shake it around. Then sit the fuck back down and enjoy the show. All right. Come on up here, Mano. Give it up. Come on, give it all up like you're on the line. Yeah. Thank you. Well, thank you very much.
Hi guys. Hi. So tonight it's in French. It's called Mater, means my land. So homage to my people over there that look. Mater. Ma terre est enclavée entre le marais et la mer, peut-être pour que l'ave elle apprenne à se taire. Quand elle voudrait déclamer qu'elle en a marre et dédoubler de clameurs, pour éclater ses fers avant de claquer, pour effacer ses heures, et oublier ses heures où César l'a cramé, ou peut-être n'est-ce que pour noyer son malheur. C'est comme si l'homme s'attelait à désherber lui-même la parcelle sous laquelle il était enterré. Ma terre n'est pas de lave, mais de sel, de tourbe et de fer, sur lesquels les hommes s'affairent, me laissant atterrir mes fiers. Elle est certes sale, malsaine, ça, c'est la dalle humaine qui l'a séchée comme la dalle sel sans être attachée. Ma terre est un banc de sable, instable, entre le mur de l'Atlantique et les murs de l'Atlantide. Ma terre est avide, elle est unique, elle est humide. Elle profite quand la mer se retire et se vide et prodigue aux plagistes digues et dunes, mais ma terre est timide et au fil des lunes. Elle se couvre de ses habits d'eau, devient Eldorado, où l'on pêche la dorado radeau. Mais au fil des lunes, elle a la fougue des ados et les fous des badauds, la dise digne des salauds. Ma terre est bipolaire, ça s'appelle le marnage, la couverture de nuages terne et le mariage du soleil qu'elle materne berce l'eau, de l'est à l'estuaire, à l'ouest, dans des couchers somptuaires. Saumâtre, sans être sommaire, elle est marâtre et bonne mère. Ma terre n'est pas sage, on ne manque bâtère. Sans les agents sauvages, on la folle bruyère, selon que le vent se propage en pays breton ou brière. Certains disent, mais bon, il faut goûter la bière, qui avant l'abandon des églises avait remplacé les prières. Certains disent qu'elle égorge et dégorge le poison, zone inondée immonde, d'autres que ses environs regorgent de poissons. Au sud, les usines l'usent, et de l'autre côté, ceux qui y habitent ont l'us de répéter qu'à part ces herbus, elle n'est pas très cotée, mais par habitude n'abuse jamais de son chemin côtier. Le nord l'a renié, car Pétain en a fait son pantin, mais putain, qui peut nier? L'Hermine l'animait, bien avant Cannes, le Cannes aliénant la Bretagne. Ma terre a vu les guerres, et je ne l'envie guère, des dracards aux traquenards, il y a eu tant de grèves sur ces grèves, et elle a tant rêvé qu'on l'a finalement grévée. Ma terre est veuve, veuve avec un grand V. Elle porte le deuil du tout auquel elle appartenait. C'est comme si du Poitou, on arrachait partenait. Ma terre est parsemée de blocos, et au détour de ces blocs, ose t'y aventurer. Ces villages et visages ont vu tant de choses que seule pour la liberté tuerait. Elle a vu des transatlantiques partir pour les Amériques et les transatlantistes nourrir la déviance amère qui, quand la défiance politique et errance n'a plus rien de politique. Ma terre fut fertile et sa beauté n'est pas futile, mais voilà maintenant qu'elle tapine pour ses fils et ses filles. Pas de harengs salés sans les marais salants et pas de sous-marins sans les marins saoulés. Ma terre est encastrée entre l'eau douce et l'eau salée, à croire qu'elle cherche à se casser ou le continent à s'encastrer. Ma terre a je ne sais quoi de mystique. Depuis ces temples païens, on y contemple les astres et elle se moque d'être dite maudite, car elle sait bien que si elle ne retourne pas à l'eau, c'est l'eau qui retournera d'où elle vient.
That was fantastic. That was really cool. So let's give it up. Let's give it up. Wow, passion. So we have a newcomer, another one. Her name's Ariel.
All right, Ariel.
Come on up here, Ariel. Give her a love, lots of love. Welcome to the stage. Step right up, and to the poetry slot. And now you know.
I have a couple, both untitled.
Speak up into the microphone.
Yes.
I have two untitled pieces. Something fast and somewhat profound just happened to me in the past 45 seconds, as if I've shifted through time, creating multiple realities, but only setting foot on one, and suddenly I'm crying, and suddenly I'm thrown back into adolescence, only scratching the surface of who I truly was, still in search of who I truly am, a mystery. To me, and all who I encounter, elusive and possible madness. And this is the path of my father. I am unsure. I retained his countenance. I've convinced myself that none of this is real. I've lived beyond the void, collapsed into the folds of my mind, drifted along the waves of my own tumultuous personality, emotions in perpetual motion. A consistent introduction to duality, what is and what isn't. Why is it that I always seem so disconnected? I often wonder if even the plight of death could penetrate this solidified vessel of mine. But I digress.
Yeah.
She exhales a universe of temptation and desire, kept quiet, held still, as we orbit each other's maddening frequencies. I dream of you.
Well, welcome. Thank you. Thank you, Ariel.
Nice, Ariel.
So, we've made it this far. It's been a small night, but it's been a damn good one. Now let's welcome Karen to the stage.
first of all, I'm full of amends lately, and that's probably what's gonna come out tonight. But I meant myself to you, James. I thought you were using the word homo, and I didn't hear the sapien part.
Oh, really?
And I thought that was not okay. But I can call myself a homo if I want to.
We're
But you
all
can't
homos,
call me a
man.
homo. You know, I mean, I can call myself a queer, but unless you're queer friendly, you cannot call me a queer. You know, and a dyke, well, that I wear proudly as well. But I don't like being called a bulldagger. I don't like anyone calling me a bulldagger. I don't think in those ways. Actually, if you think about the fact that the word bulldagger comes from the 1920s, when a BD woman was usually a prostitute's only real protector and lover. And that's where the word came from, and the word dyke as well. So a little bit of lesbian history. Now I'm going to write you a poem, and in the air I write. I make apologies for my behavior in the past 6 months. Struggling getting off of lithium. Struggling because it almost killed me physically. And this is what I have to say. So let me think about it for a moment, and I'm going to come up with some words to endure my spirit. You took away my mic today. I was standing in the corner of the vacuum of the square where the people gathered to hear one another speak. I stood waiting my turn and measure to tell you of my mind and its often discontent. When I raveled myself at your feet and you pulled the cord from me, saying my voice was lousy, my words were indignant to the speech of your own drumming heart. And I said to you, I'm sorry that I breathed in your direction, that I took up a little of your air to extend my lungs once more. The vacuum of my eyes sweeping every corner and aspect of my life, more like a broom with twitching cat-like fingers, trying to scratch the essence of who I am, in damned determination, an ego derived from pits of hell, where there was nothing left but the shit that I wore, and nothing could extend beyond my mind. And therefore, when I reached inside and grabbed the vestige of my past and said, here I am, naked in front of you once again, and you pushed me aside and pulled out my cord, my umbilical cord, to the universe. My music is lousy, yes indeed. I've been playing for 12 weeks or trying to make harmony with my life. If you extend it into the 63 years I've lived on this planet, if you extend it to the part that I played and tried to play so well, that it is not good enough for you, and that I have ventured too far into your kitchen and betrayed your tray of cookies by stealing them one after another, night after night, until there were no crumbs, no more. And when I inched my way in a cockroach-like fashion to grab the crumbs that were in the corners that you left behind, those measly measures that I could not touch by virtue of your quick vacuum fingers, and your hungry mouths to feed. I am actually who I am, and I stand here extended. But I won't be here much longer, I'm afraid. I am not wanted, not by virtue of your presence, but by the fact that I have broken codes. And what codes are those to break yet more for me? I have trespassed on my neighbor's grave. I have slept in those summoned sheets. I have dreamed the dreams that I have dreamed, and I have dreamed them damn well. My ventures are for stardom. My ventures are for the stars beyond, the measure of any conception that I can't even think of. My mortal flesh is melting before the very eyes of heaven, and my bones are splitting within the waves of the earth. I am a genius. I know it. I paid a price for my art. I'm not saying that all the ventures that you have extended in your direction and elsewhere have not created great tidal waves as well. But I know from the depths of Hades, and not necessarily Elysian fields, that I have climbed to the mountains where I am today. These measly foothills of ants that I left behind to go and find a colony. And this colony may stand without me. And I may venture still. I may venture still. Thank you.
That was fantastic. That was very raw, extremely personal, and very moving. Thank you. You know who else is getting thanked? All of you motherfuckers. Thank you for coming. Thanks to Poetry at Cush and little old Eugene, Oregon. You know. This happens every Tuesday. Sign up is always at 7:30. Look for me. Look for the handsome man who hasn't yet had a very rabid fan tear my face off to become me. Ah, man, vanity. Screw that. Vanity's bad stuff. Don't get vain. Have arteries and stuff, but don't get vain. Ha! Thank you for another good night. And good night.
I'm sorry? I'll put it on.
Do you want to write?
Don't worry about it. More stuff is calling out. Oh, yes.
My friend Steven.
I wrote that thing out my mouth. That's all I'm doing is breathing my words. So you guys will have to go. No, you don't, brother. Now you see what I do very well. I do without breathing, brother. I don't even breathe. I live it. Right. Genius on out. I wrote it. That's what my Thank you, James.